Another day in another practice officially in the books for the New York Giants. But today marks a different start for the New York Giants as the pads come on for the first time, which means we have a lot of news, notes, highlights, observations, and just crazy things to talk about in today's video as guys were making contact. Now, before we jump into all of the good things about today's practice and some bad things, talking about some guys who stood out, maybe some guys who haven't stood out, make sure you guys do me a big favor and go give a follow to all of the Giants media members on X, guys. I'm telling you, one, you will not regret it because they post so much in terms of highlights, news, analysis every single day for practice, and you guys will get information before even I do. So go follow them on X if you want to be or feel like you're a part of practice every single day. Now, if you guys do that, let me know in the comments down below. But with that being said, let's kind of dive into the start of today's video, talk about a couple of guys who look good. Now, the first guy who has just stood out because of his burst of speed is Dante Miller. Now, Dante Miller is a running back, but you can tell the speed on this dude is a little bit different from everyone else on the football team. Once he sees a hole, the acceleration is there, and he can make any play a big one. So they call him Turbo Miller, I believe. Hit a hole today, blink of an eye, and was off for a big gain. I think that highlight should be in this video. We also saw Drew Phillips getting the majority of the looks at the starting DB role. We saw him a lot in the slot today. So Drew Phillips is a guy that they're high on. Will he continue to be that day one starter? We'll see. We're gonna obviously keep an eye on that going forward. But so far he's been really good alongside Deonte Banks and Cordell Flood and Dane Belton, who we're gonna talk a little bit about later on as well. But yeah, so far Drew Phillips had a nice TFL on Eric Gray. We also had a lock pass a little bit behind Allen Robinson, was an incompletion. You know, Allen probably should have caught it, but again, Drew Lock, you got to make sure that is on target. And then we also had a Jack Stoll drop pass in the flat. So offense was a little bit shaky for the majority of the first couple of plays, but outside of the running backs, because then Tyrone Tracy, right, another young guy comes out here, beautiful vision, beautiful, patience, waiting, seeing the hole, hitting the hole, and getting a big play out of it. A lot of Giants reporters are in love with the way this dude plays football, and I think, I don't know, what do I think? I don't know. You have Devin Singletary, you have Eric Gray, you have Tyrone Tracy, you have Dante Miller. Who's going to be your top two running backs? You let me know in the comments down below. I could very much see a world where Devin Singletary gets a lot of the work, Tyrone Tracy gets a lot of the receiving work, but I could also see a world where Eric Gray starts to carve out a role in this offense as well. Is it going to be a three-headed monster? I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think down below. We also had some other nice reads by Daniel Jones. One play specifically where Jalen Hyatt had a double move getting down the field, and Daniel Jones wanted it. However, Cordell Flood really checked it down, right? Really got it over there, booked it, and forced Daniel Jones to go to his next read. And what that was a quick little check down to Wan'Dale Robinson. I think it's very important as a quarterback to sometimes just take what the defense gives you. And when you can do that, you're going to slowly start to open up more plays downfield. And I think with that, you can win a lot of football games. So I do think Daniel Jones is progressing in the right ways. We also saw Nabers beating Drew Phillips on a move. Drew went outside. Malik cut back in, had that head swivel, and boom, just like that, Nabers wins another route. Now, before we get any further into the video, guys, do me a massive favor. One, hit the like button. But two, and more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you're new. Guys, it is free. It doesn't cost anything. And we're going to be covering the Giants throughout the rest of the offseason. Not only for training camp each and every single day, but for preseason football games. We're going to be live streaming and watching those on my Twitch. You can follow that, Matty Dubs with 3 S's, or the link is in the description. But we're also going to be covering the regular season as well, breaking down film of every single game. So again, guys, do yourself a favor and join the family. With that being said, let's kind of dive back into the video a little bit. The Giants did run some 7-on-7s for this for the first time in this camp. We also had some O-line versus D-line drills as well. Those are interesting to see. Brian Burns looks really good, as well as, Kayvon Thibodeau. I think Dexter Lawrence was not practicing today. So there's that. Take that into consideration with anything you think about, right? We also had some more 7-on-7s. We had a nice pass deflection by Darian Beavers today. Beavers, trying to make his way up this depth chart here. Trying to see how much or what he can bring to this team. Right now, he's pretty far down the depth chart. But today did make, some noise. We had Jimmy Morsay getting some reps for the first team as a center. Now, that's not really big news just because John Michael Schmitz was out of practice today. I believe he will be fine, but he was out. Dane Belton, he is standing out. I said earlier we're going to talk a little bit about Dane Belton. Yeah, today's the day. Now, he's been playing more strong safety as of late. You know what? There's actually two safeties really starting to break out. Two of them. And they're both not projected to be starters right now, but have been playing really good. Now, we all know that Tyler Nubin has been out. He is nursing an injury. He should be back sooner rather than later, I believe. Dane Belton has been taking the reps and running with it, dude. This dude has been insane. Having a really strong camp so far. Having a couple of PBUs in today's practice. Just something you want to see. But outside of him, there's another guy making a big-time impact in the secondary, and that is no other than Javarius Owens. Javarius Owens had a pick today. There was a PBU, a pass breakup. He got in front and then ended up, catching the deflection. So that was good to see by Javarius Owens. He's working his way up the depth chart. Obviously, there you got Jason Pinnock, who was really good last season. You signed Jalen Mills, so don't really know what it's going to look like for Owens right now, but he's been looking pretty good. Daniel Jones threw a dime to Darius Lane on 7-on-7. That was good to see. Drew Lock outside a couple of, errant throws, had a good practice today. Singletary doing a good job cutting, showing off his elusiveness, getting into holes, and again, being patient as a runner. Drew Lock had several completed throws while stepping up in the pocket, just using his offensive line to his advantage, and had a couple of really nice plays. Malik Nabers, this dude's just different. At the beginning of practice today, what's funny was he was kind of doing the Odell warm-up where he would just go on the jug machine and catch a couple of one-handers and just show off, man. That's what he can do because, he's going to be a dominant player. So, definitely excited for him. Drew Phillips, again, we said we're playing a lot of nickel, a lot of slot today. Got a couple of, TFLs, tackle for losses in the backfield. I'm excited for him because he is not nervous at all, not scared at all to come up and make a big time play. He had one on Eric Gray, and if you guys have seen Eric Gray, the dude is kind of big, not in terms of height, but those legs, once you start to hit that dude, he might just keep going, you know what I mean? So Brian Burns did get a little bit of an issue with his right foot today. He was getting checked by the trainers. Don't think it was too big of a deal. Daniel Jones overall went 7 of 10 today, but they really wanted to work on the running game. We got to see Jalen Hyatt a lot, Chris Manhertz, and, a couple of other guys getting some work in with the offense. Trey Hawkins had a couple of nice PBUs. Not bad, right? There were some issues, some fumbled snaps, some drops, some false starts, and interception. Not awful, but not a great day either. A first day of pads, so obviously got a lot to clean up here, and hopefully they do that over the next couple of days. Now, tomorrow's practice, we will keep you guys updated, so make sure you join the family, turn on post notifications, follow the Twitch, and I'll see you guys in the next Giants update. Peace.